welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and here we are coming to you live from Grenada, the spice I love, the Caribbean. The pleasure is mine to be back with you. We want to say hello to the first-time viewers, as usual. We say hello to you, and then we want to say hello to the usual suspects. Thank you for joining us as well, the people who are always on the program. Now, this is what we call news discussed, not told. You know, so we're discussing the news now. All right, so let's see what's making the news for tonight. Help is needed in finding a young girl. We'll talk about that. 135 new COVID-19 cases recorded today with one additional death. Some bus drivers suspend their service as a call was made by the association. You are required by law to report COVID-19 symptoms. And retrofitting work at the General Hospital to expand isolation accommodations for COVID-19 patients now complete. And 5 cases of the Mu variant in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And having COVID-19 and vaccine may give you superhuman immunity, according to a study. And over in St. Lucia, social activities driving a spike in COVID-19 cases there. So those are some of the things that we'll be talking about tonight. We'd like to say thank you again for joining us. And if you have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share the program. You see, what happens is that when you share the program, that's how other people get to know that we are live. So you go right ahead and share the business. That's right. Go ahead and share the business. And family, somebody carrying some credit. Well, anyway, somebody sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit, compliments, digital, and that person could be you. Okay, so folks, we're taking a break and come right back. Again, please go ahead and share the business. We want to let you know that the headlines was brought to you to the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, quotes Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, also Superb Distributors, and Real Value IGA Supermarket. We're taking a break and we'll be back again. When we come back, it's going to be real news in all the lily lolo. So, Briss, we're coming back. And all the share thing like that, tell all the share thing and all of those share thing, the man. Oh, and by the way, the people on YouTube, hello and welcome.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with Ministry of Fisheries and the Senator with responsibility for farmers and fishers, is inviting all farmers and fishers to an online meeting via Zoom to discuss the operations of their trade in a COVID-19 environment on Thursday, September 9, 2021, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Attend and hear remarks from Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Minister of Agriculture Honorable Peter David, Fisheries Minister Honorable Yulin Bean Hosford, Senator Roderick St. Clair, and officials from the Ministry of Finance, Health, and the Royal Grenada Police Force as we discuss how to move forward in this COVID-19 era. To connect to this very important meeting, visit the Ministry of Agriculture's Facebook page or check with your extension officers for the link.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
After being locked down during the pandemic, Get ready for summer with Rika. Live this summer with Rika's Summer in Every Drop promotion. Buy any Rika combo of 6 200ml, 4 330ml, or 3 1-liter Rika juices and get a chance to win. Win Apple AirPods, plunge pools, beach chairs with umbrellas, barbecue grill set, gamer set, and weekly pop-up giveaways. With Rika, there's summer in every drop. Promotion ends August 31st. Tickets available at all leading retailers island-wide. Rika, distributed by Superb Distributors Inc., Tempe, St. George's.
Brooklyn, New York, Saturday, September 11th. We get set for Mr. Legs and Friends. Party bar. Mr. Legs and Friends. Party bar. As the region's body set of artists are coming to shell the place. Are you ready for Problem Child? Skinny Fabulous. Charles Marshall. The Jab King, Talpree, Iowa George, Looney Spark, and Electrify. Mr. Legs.
When I drink, I like to smoke.
Mr. Legs.
As I start to smoke, I want to fuck something.
Blacks. Mandela Links, LFS Music, Linky First, Teddy Rhyme, Inspector, and much more. Get your tickets now on www.fatibad.eventbrite.com or call 646-474-1682.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NOWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
And here we are, and we are getting right into the news right now. Now, the first thing that we have to tell you is a notice from the bank, the Grenada Bankers Association. They would like to advise the general public that as of Monday gone, their operating hours for commercial banks and so on has changed. Now, with the exception of the FCIB, the hours are as follows. Mondays to Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. unchanged. Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. FCIB operating hours for FCIB St. George's, Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. And for the FCIB Grand Dance, Mondays to Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. unchanged, and Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to noon. They want you to please be guided accordingly. Now, another teen is missing and your help is needed. The picture on your screen. Now, police are seeking the assistance of you, the general public, in locating Catherine McQueen, 14 years old, of La Fortune in St. Patrick. Catherine left her home on Friday, 3rd September 2021 and has not returned since. She is about 5 feet in height and dark in complexion. Anyone seeing Catherine McQueen or has any information about her whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Sauters Police Station at 442-9224, Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, Police Emergency at 911 and Police Hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Again, she's only 14 years and is from La Fortune in St. Patrick. If you know of her whereabouts, and I know that there are people who usually have an idea, so you are asked to contact the police. And Catherine, if you're looking at this, well, your family and friends are worried about you and would like that you are safe back at home. So, well, wherever safety is for you. All right, but you need to contact your family or the relevant authorities. Okay, Catherine? Good. All right, we've just received the latest COVID-19 dashboard from the Ministry of Health, and what we have found is that there is one additional death. That's right, one additional death and 135 new cases of COVID-19. As seen on your screen last evening, it was 114 new cases, and now there are 135 new cases. Active cases stands at 1,406, and the local cases 1,000. Out of that number, okay, the local cases 1,397. Currently, the persons in hospital has increased. There are now 37 persons hospitalized. The total cases to date since our first case stands at 1,748. In quarantine, 441, and in isolation, 1,406. Recoveries are 328, and again, we told you there was one death, so that takes us to 14. As it relates to the vaccination program, the first dose of vaccines, 28,178 persons, and fully vaccinated persons, 19,590. And that is your current COVID-19 stats as of 8:30 tonight, just under an hour ago. All right. For persons wanting to call the hotline, it is 458-4785 and 538-4787. And what else do we have to tell the boy? There's a lot of things that are happening. In fact, there is now going to be testing at the National Stadium. We just got a lot of people have been calling and asking about testing, so maybe that's a good thing. Just before the program, there will be testing at the Grenada National Stadium from 9 to 2 p.m. on Thursday, all right? So for persons who wants to be tested, please be guided accordingly. So now we are seeing that there are now more persons in hospital. We received an update from the ministry as it relates to accommodation for persons. Now, they are saying that preparations are now complete at the General Hospital for expansion of the facility's capacity to accommodate more COVID-19 patients. We've been able to obtain pictures of that facility. Now, a 9-bed isolation unit was initially set up at the start of the pandemic last year to add to the isolation room retrofitted in the private block. Now, the capacity had proven to be more than adequate for several months, given that very few persons were hospitalized. However, since the country's transition to community spread a few weeks ago, the number of hospitalizations has increased dramatically, requiring health administrators to expand the capacity for the treatment of persons who have contracted the virus and require medical intervention. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Carol McIntosh, has confirmed that the General Hospital can now accommodate up to 55 persons in isolation. Now, the increased capacity was achieved through the conversion, they say, of the newly constructed neonatal intensive care unit, the NICU, and retrofitting of the pediatric ward, which was safely moved to and replaced the female surgical ward. Now, the retrofitting work included the installation of oxygen lines and the placement of ventilators. Surveillance cameras and internet connections have also been installed. Now, although the beds have been set up, health officials continue, they say, to hope that they are either not needed or required only for short periods. Dr. McIntosh has expressed a sincere gratitude to the entire team of persons, including construction workers, maintenance, and biomed staff who worked tirelessly to facilitate the urgent retrofitting work. She says a collective effort was required to getting this done, and everyone pitched in to help. Working long hours were very necessary to ensure completion of the retrofitting work. She says that we are now at the point where the beds are in place, the oxygen pipes is functional, the ventilators are up and running. She says, I am immensely grateful to all who contributed to this effort. Thank you. I also take this opportunity to recognize our healthcare team who continue to selflessly care for the patients. All right. So that is what the unit looks like. Okay. All right. And so we just told you that there are over 30 persons in hospital. They're saying that they can accommodate 55 persons. All right. And currently there are 37 persons in hospital. So that's an additional unit. So let's see. All right. Let's see. Yikes, because the numbers are really climbing. Okay, so now we are moving on. Yesterday, a call was made by the Bus Association for its members to withdraw its service because they are saying that it has become very hard to operate. New challenges, new requirements. So the operation cost has gone up and the revenue is continuing to deplete. And so they are saying that it's no longer viable. It's no longer profitable to operate as a business. So they call on the members to pull their service. And so some of the members pulled their service, making it very challenging for persons to commute. I mean, mind you, there were some buses and bus operators who were not in agreement with the call and refused or decided that, you know what, I ain't bothering with that. I go in and provide my service because he who feels it knows it. I have a family to feed. So some of these persons went ahead. You understand? They went ahead and they provided the service so that some people were able to go to work and all of that. All right? So some of the buses withheld their services and some decided that they were going to work still. Now we have the head of, or the leader of the TGM, the Grenada movement. We're talking about Patrick Antwine, Dr. Patrick Antwine. He says, responding to this scenario, he says that people are now in a state of panic. And what they are in need of right now are more voices speaking more confidence to the people. He said that things need to be put in place to make things easier for the bus operators to operate and do so safely.
So I think what's happening now is quite unfortunately we have entered a state of panic, and I think the panic has come from a number of perspectives. One, people did not know what to believe. People saw others getting sick. They didn't understand the root cause or the direction of the spread of the virus. And so people obviously would take the obvious route of, withdrawing themselves from exposure or interaction with others. And I think that's what we've seen. What is required now is we need to get more voices speaking confidently on the issue and imbuing confidence into our society that we are going to get through this, that we are united in this, and that we know what we're doing. That's really important. So the bus operators withdrawing their service today is something that I saw as a real possibility last week when we spoke about this. And I think what now needs to be done is that we need to engage with the bus operators and put what is required in place so that they are able to carry on their services to the public safely. Let me make this point. Based on what was happening last week, in the rain season with a full bus load of people coming from the country, a bus ride could well become a super spreader event. And I think that's really the issue I want to make. On a 1 hour ride from the country with windows closed in the rain season, based on what was happening with not a lot of people sanitizing, the buses not getting, as it were, sanitized professionally after each trip and at the end of the day, perhaps. We were just waiting for more accidents to happen. So I think what is happening here is a natural reaction to the inability of the public sector to meet the needs of this crisis at the appropriate point. And I'm told now, only earlier this morning, that yesterday, for instance, the persons carrying out the sanitation at the bus terminals disappeared, and that this was reported. This is filling the containers, the hand sanitizer containers, and this, of course, is not good.
No, so he's alluding to the fact that what people need to hear is that, there is a plan that is in place that's going to work so that there would be. Wait now, what you see? Wait now, my eye are freezing up. So why these? Why is that one dog? Yeah, you don't see bad. Hold on, Papa. Yes. So what he's saying is that we need to speak with more confidence. The people in charge need to speak with more confidence and show that they have a plan so that the people can feel a little more confident and not feel like they are jammed against a wall. So that's what he's alluding to again, that there needs to be the voice of confidence spoken.
So my view is that the government needs to breathe more confidence into what is happening. And I think that will really come from us making sure that in this limited lockdown period, we test, that we report accurately. And I think we've seen some improvements on the statistics. And that's important. And that we make all of the right policy decisions as might be required. I think the essential services sectors, that's the right group of sectors to be insulated at this time, but it's dynamic. We have to look closely at what is happening. My view is that the last thing we want to do is to lock the economy down. That's the very last thing we want to do. But we need to see a lot more concerted, joined up action by the authorities. And I want to say the word is sure-footed. The actions need to be sure-footed, and they need to imbue in our society the confidence that people really do have a handle on what is happening and that we can get through this if we do the right thing. I believe we can. I believe that there is absolutely nothing that a confident, united Grenadian people cannot achieve. And I think that what we need to do is to bring everybody on deck with this one and really get through this crisis.
Thank you very much, Dr. Patrick and Twine, as we move on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember when this pandemic started, there were some regulations that were mentioned. And we thought that they were strict, but suited the times. I find the need to tell you that we have gone back to that. Well, most of them were there, but not enforced. But we have gone back to that. A lot of people are missing that. And probably I could understand, but I ain't going there. Right? So for example, remember back then, if you noticed somebody with flu-like symptoms and all of that, or you had somebody in your environment, in a workplace with flu-like symptoms, it was mandatory that that be reported. If they choose not to do anything about it, then you, as the observer, had the right to report that. Somebody in the community you see walking around, you understand? And then can I mean this? You have the right to call the police. And that applies now. People, we have gone back to that.
No person shall visit or be permitted to visit any place of quarantine or isolation, a patient in the hospital or residential care establishment or facility, including an elderly nursing home, hospital, or a detainee in prison. Mandatory reporting and isolation. Any person who is exhibiting any flu-like symptom shall immediately notify a police station in his or her parish, or anyone who is suspected to be so affected by the virus shall be reported. And any person who is directed by the Ministry of Health to submit him or herself to self-isolation or quarantine shall comply with the direction.
Okay, so
social activities appears to be a major...
Take your time now, man. Not ready for you yet, dog. So you understand what I'm telling you. So you, the person with or the runny nose or so, you ought to report that. And you, the observer, you have a right to report it too. A co-worker, a friend, and they will look me in trouble under this place. You understand? No. Mandatory reporting, just like if you notice somebody, a young child, being abused and stuff like that, like sexually and stuff, like you have to report that, even if you suspect so. Mandatory reporting, just the same way. Mandatory reporting, I'm making it up. Are we looking for time? All to share the business. Some of us don't share anything, all the greedy, all taking it for us to share the program. I just can't remember if I told you that last night, but there have been 5 cases of the Mu variant of the COVID-19 that were detected in St. Vincent and the Grenadines between July 19th and August 9th. And that's according to the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO. Now, they are saying that that particular variant is a very interesting variant, and they are still doing their research on it to determine just how dangerous this new variant is. Now, what early studies are showing is that this particular variant is capable of evading vaccination. So, in other words, people who have been vaccinated, or people who have gained immunity through vaccination or by way of getting the virus, still are likely to be affected in a similar way that persons who have not been vaccinated, or who were not, or who did not, or those who developed immunity from the virus. In other words, this variant could be a big challenge. And it was found in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So now we have to watch ourselves. Because you know they say when the neighbor house on fire, if you don't like the neighbor, don't sit down and laugh, but you have to wet your house. Understand? So this is one that we'll have to really monitor and hope. Because I know vaccinated people here in Grenada who've been hospitalized and think, could it be the Mu? And I hope that we are sending samples. I know that I heard from the Minister for Health that, they're taking it for granted that the current spread has been caused by the Delta. But we still need to do our due diligence to see whether or not there are other variants and to what extent those variants are affecting our people. You see, you just need to know the data. You just need to know the data. And I guess as much, that is why you have to have different people from different sectors involved in most critical decision making. You see, because some people go say, well, if you look like a duck, you walk like a duck, you quack like a duck, is a duck. You know? It doesn't have to be. From where I sit as a journalist, listen, unless You know, we show and we do a DNA test on that duck. Ooh, you know, it might well be a pig that looks like a duck. You understand? It does have a square peg in the wrong hole. Speaking of which, Mikey behave. You know what I mean? So no, on a serious note, so we have to do what is. I heard they talk again about, and that's one of the things that I had to challenge the ministry on. You know, they are saying that once you have symptoms, once you were diagnosed with COVID-19 and you die of COVID-19. From where I sit, I cannot agree. I just cannot agree. And then I heard the Minister for Health explain on a program, you know, it's like when you meet in an accident, and if you meet in an accident, you don't do an autopsy on a person because, you know, automatically you'll say, okay, the person died of the trauma from the accident. But from where I sit, I don't know that. So that is why it's important to have different people of different sector, you know, in those critical positions, because we see things differently. Because from where I sit, that driver could have had a heart attack. You understand? That driver could have suffered a heart attack 10 seconds before he crashed into the wall. Well, we can't say the man died of the accident. Even if his body showed obvious signs of trauma. We just don't know that. So you have to check. I'm sorry, you have to check. Because it is ludicrous to assume or to insinuate that you cannot die of other causes while being infected or affected by COVID-19. We often hear the people say, let's follow the science. No, the science says 80% of people who contract COVID-19 may have minor to no symptoms at all. 20% would have probably are likely to have adverse effects. Okay? So how are we to assume that 100% of people who die from COVID, who has contracted COVID, has died from COVID-19? The math doesn't make, no, the logic doesn't make any sense. Are you following me? 80% of the people who contract COVID-19 will have no or minor symptoms. So how can we sit with a straight face and say everyone who has died, who was tested positive for COVID, died of COVID? How? How? It doesn't make any sense. And so that is why I'm saying we have to have speakers of different thinkers of different sectors of the society, so that, you know, when we think and when we make decisions and so on, we're making the best one. Not because the world say it, and not because the world is doing it. I hate to hear that analogy or that justification that, oh, that's what the world is doing. So the world was doing something else until the iPad was created. The world was doing something else until the light bulb was created. The world was doing something else before the clock was created. You get my point? So you can't sit here and always reference what the world does to justify what you are doing. Anyway, I ain't come here for that, eh? Let me leave that talk. You understand? That will tell you, don't vote me no time at all when I decide I'm going up a thing, don't vote me, because turning up the place. You understand? Turning up the place, things have to change in many ways. You understand? Yeah. But when you die from taking the vaccine, you die from something else. How weak. You know what I mean? So that is what causes people to be skeptical. Because people... Anyway, let me do that. I go to get me vaccine the other day, but I go to late. Yeah, I see what Jesus may be talking. No, serious, I go to get me vaccine the other day, dog. When I go, place close up, I say, hey, you know, I'll go next time. Yeah, because I'm not an anti-vaxxer. You understand? I just believe in being straight up. You understand? Anyway, Olia. So the next thing that we have to tell Olia about, boy, serious business now. Let me go. All right? Over in St. Lucia, now they are saying that social activities are driving a spike in cases there. You understand? That's what they're saying. And just to go back into everything that we say is the Juve that caused the outbreak, right? And again, there is no evidence to support that argument. But yet, we continue with that rhetoric. There is no evidence to support that argument. All right? The minister said, there's a 7 kind of thing, they just call it a 7 thing. So the first infected person will infect 7. That person who's then infected will infect another 7. How we know that didn't happen on a bus? How we know that didn't happen in a funeral? How we know that didn't happen in a church? You understand? Let's do this. Let's do the math. Again, minister, let's do the math. On the first, the Monday, when there were a couple people, let's say there were 2,000-3,000 people who assembled in Grenville, in St. Andrew, right? Okay. On the Sunday prior to that, Mr. Minister, cumulatively, how many people went to church? The Saturday prior to that, how many people went to church? And where was the bigger number? The people going to church on the Saturday and the Sunday compared to the people on the Juve. Who? So then again, we just don't know. So let's drop that argument. Okay, we have an outbreak. Let's deal with what we have in front of us. Anyway, let's go back to the story again. So what we were saying is now they are saying in St. Lucia that the current spike is caused by social activities. And it is giving the ministry there a hard time.
Social activities appears to be a major culprit for the spike in COVID-19 cases. Contact tracing data indicates that the majority of the 3,000 COVID-19 cases diagnosed since July 2021 are related to social activities. The Health Ministry is currently grappling with the 4th COVID-19 wave, which has seen an alarming increase in COVID-19 cases and deaths. Most of the new cases recorded have been among women.
From July 25th, 2021, we noted 3,621 cases and an average of 86 cases per day. During this period, we also noted 24 COVID-19 deaths at a case fatality rate of 0.7% with an average age of 66 years. The daily infection rate for the past week was 82.0 per 100,000 per day and an average of 148.7 cases per day. In relation to this new wave, from July 25th, 2021, 3,621 persons were positive, 52% in the age group 25 to 49 years. 58% of the cases are female. The majority of the cases are from Castries, Grosile, Barbano, and Dennery districts. Based on contact tracing data, the majority of the cases diagnosed are related to social activities. At this stage of the outbreak, we also note increasing cases at workplaces and spread between families. We have not yet peaked, and we continue to note increases from the past week and increases in deaths. To date, from the positive cases diagnosed in country, less than 2% have been fully vaccinated.
The Health Ministry is concerned about the spread of the virus during social gatherings. Persons have been hosting private events despite the ban on mass crowd activities. Authorities are conducting what they call an intense appraisal of the pandemic response.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs continues to work to strengthen the public health system to continue managing the increased COVID-19 cases. Later today, an intense review of the response to this COVID-19 wave is scheduled to further improve on the management of this situation. This will serve to ensure sustainable measures are in place and improve gaps that have been reported.
Thank you very much. And what else do we have to tell all you? Well, I think we have exhausted our time already. We have more to speak about, but probably we'll do that. It's not time sensitive. We'll do that probably tomorrow, God's willing. We'd like to say hello to all the first-time viewers again, and the people on YouTube. I see a lot of people on YouTube. Boy, we want to say hello to the people on YouTube just the same. I know that sometimes I don't get to see your comments, and I apologize for that. Because the people on Facebook more talkative, So, but I say hello to you guys as well. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is take a quick break and come back. And of course, when we come back, we've got the national report for you, we've got the weather, and if we've got any breaking news for you, of course, that is when it comes in. All right, so let's take that quick break, organize yourself, take a little drink of water and then come back with more news. Again, the national report and the weather.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with Ministry of Fisheries and the Senator with responsibility for farmers and fishers, is inviting all farmers and fishers to an online meeting via Zoom to discuss the operations of their trade in a COVID-19 environment on Thursday, September 9, 2021, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Attend and hear remarks from Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Minister of Agriculture Honorable Peter David, Fisheries Minister Honorable Yulin Bean Hosford, Senator Roderick St. Clair, and officials from the Ministry of Finance, Health, and the Royal Grenada Police Force as we discuss how to move forward in this COVID-19 era. To connect to this very important meeting, visit the Ministry of Agriculture's Facebook page or check with your extension officers for the link.
It's your summer everything loan from the communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
After being locked down during the pandemic, get ready for summer with Rika. Live this summer with Rika's Summer in Every Drop promotion. Buy any Rika combo of 6 200ml, 4 330ml, or 3 1-liter Rika juices and get a chance to win. Win Apple AirPods, plunge pools, beach dress with umbrellas, barbecue grill set, gamer set, and weekly pop-up giveaways. With Rika, there's summer in every drop. Promotion ends August 31st. Tickets available at all leading retailers island-wide. Rika, distributed by Superb Distributors Inc., Tempe, St. George's.
Summer is ending, but the deals are just beginning with the Court's end of summer sale. Get up to 50% off your favorite items, to include patio furnishings, pools, coolers, TVs, mattresses, and more. Plus, shop today with the Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Take advantage of these sizzling summer deals for a limited time only. Shop in store and online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Courts, bringing value home.
Brooklyn, New York, Saturday, September 11th. We get set for Mr. Legs and Friends. Party bar. Mr. Legs and Friends. Party bar. As the region's body set of artists are coming to shell the place. Are you ready for Problem Child? Skinny Fabulous. Charles Marshall, the Jab King, Talpree, Iowa George, Looney Spark, and Electrify. Mr. Legs.
When I drink, I like to smoke.
Mr. Legs.
As I start to smoke, I want to f something.
Blacks. Mandela Links, LFS Music, Linky First, Teddy Rhyme, Inspector, and much more. Get your tickets now on www.partybadv.eventbrite.com or call 646-474-1682.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handle me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo Supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip the line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
Prime Minister says financial responsibility is key in formulating the country's next budget. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, September 8, 2021, I am Christian Mitchell. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell says financial responsibility will be a key factor in the formulation of the 2021-2022 budget. This means that spending will be cut into several areas that are no longer relevant and increased where necessary. Dr. Mitchell said this is largely due to the significant adjustments that will be made by the various government departments in their submissions for inclusion in the budget. These became necessary as a result of the impact of COVID-19 on the local economy. Dr. Mitchell was speaking during the annual budget retreat held virtually on Wednesday. The budget retreat gives policymakers and technocrats the opportunity to hold open discussions on the priority areas for the next fiscal year. Dr. Mitchell said everything that is being done now in preparation for the upcoming budget must be guided by the present atmosphere.
We have to ask ourselves more seriously this time around whether in fact the adjustment could be as we normally operate. I say that in the context, for example, with the present pandemic, even within our own country, the question of travel has been affected considerably. So when we look at the items within our budget for traveling in each ministry, we have to accept the fact that that item has to be a minimal amount.
Dr. Mitchell also highlighted the importance of sound planning in preparation of the 2022 estimates of revenue and expenditure, considering that COVID-19 is forcing a shift in focus.
Financial responsibility would be a key factor at the micro and macro levels. I cannot overstate this particular issue. I also want to underscore the importance of sound planning. Despite the many uncertainties created by the pandemic, in fact, because of the uncertainties, our planning process has to become far more strategic and far more insightful.
Minister for Finance, Honorable Gregory Bowen, says the budget will be based on government's strategic priority agenda for recovery, transformation, and resilience, as outlined in the Medium-Term Action Plan 2022 to 2024. It will include measures that can be implemented to enhance Grenada's fight against COVID-19.
The 2022 budget will of necessity focus on safeguarding lives and livelihoods and protecting the most vulnerable in our society. The various multi-years, medium-term action plans are the vehicles through which the National Sustainable Development Plan 2020 to 2035 is being implemented. The medium 2022 to 24 sets out the strategic actions for implementation during this period. Responsible entities, performance indicators, and alignment with relevant sustainable development goals. COVID-19 has ushered in new imperatives, especially in the area of health. The health crisis highlights the need for Grenada and the other Caribbean countries to actively implement public health measures in all areas of function. That is, to prevent diseases, to prolong life, and to promote health. These measures should be undertaken through the organized efforts of individuals, communities, and institutions in society.
The Ministry of Health has increased its bed stock to accommodate more COVID-19 patients on the isolation wards at the General Hospital. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Carol McIntosh, says with the pediatric ward being converted into another isolation unit, more beds are now available. This unit can house a maximum of 49 beds, in addition to the 11 beds in the first isolation ward and 13 in stock.
We had to convert the lower level of the general hospital to our isolation ward. We had to move our pediatric ward upstairs into another ward and distribute our patients accordingly so that we would have the entire floor. And as I stated before, that can allow us for a maximum of 49 beds. And if necessary, we can increase that further. So we have increased our number to try to just stay at least one step ahead in preparation for if there are any need for hospitalization. And to how to decrease that hospitalization, as you hear the Permanent Secretary talking about, in the community. How do we make sure that people stay healthy?
Health and Social Security Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele said more adjustments will be made as government continues to monitor the response to the increase in COVID-19 cases.
There is a phase 3. We are now in the phase 2, which when we prepared the first ICU unit, the 15 to 22, now that we are seeing that maxing out, we have gone to the lower level, which is approximately 47, and then the phase 3 would be to either take on another floor and move services to Princess Alice, or have Princess Alice completely be COVID. So it's going to be one of those, but it depends. The reason why it seems like there isn't a final decision, it depends on the stress on the other sections of our hospital services and community services that will dictate what moves to Princess Alice as we try to accommodate the additional cases within the system.
The Ministry of Health extends deepest condolences to the family of the late Dr. DeVille Ray, house officer in pediatrics at the General Hospital. Dr. Ray died suddenly Tuesday morning. Health Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele described the late doctor as a valuable member of the healthcare team. He said, and I quote, Dr. Ray has been providing yeoman service in the pediatric department and is one of the stalwarts of the healthcare system. He was reliable, dependable, going above and beyond the call of duty, and a ready volunteer to extra service. Dr. Ray was 33 years old. He had so much more to give. We will move on, though, because there is still the emergency and the urgency of the COVID-19, despite the fact that we have lost one of our soldiers, unquote. Outlining the extent of Dr. Ray's dedication, the minister indicated that since completing his internship, Dr. Ray has not taken any vacation. Dr. Ray, a scholarship awardee who studied in the People's Republic of China, has worked at the General Hospital since 2015. In addition to his immediate family and friends, the Ministry of Health extends condolences to the medical team and other members of the healthcare team who worked with Dr. Ray. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Transport has described as unfortunate the call by the National Bus Association for bus operators to suspend their operations for 1 week, and at the same time it has commended the operators who opted to continue providing critical public transportation services for commuters across the country. The call, issued via a press release on Tuesday, was heeded by some bus operators, leading to some measure of disruption. However, the Ministry of Transport is heartened by the reports confirming that public transportation is operational along all major routes, as the services of the bus operators are important in keeping the country moving. The government is acutely aware of the critical need to balance lives and livelihoods, but it also notes that consultation and collaboration will help to better guide collective action that will not jeopardize any one sector or group of persons. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has repeatedly called for collaboration, unity, and partnership in making decisions that are in the best interests of the country, particularly at this time when we are all battling the impact of COVID-19. Since the start of the pandemic in particular, government has provided crucial support to the public transport sector, including sanitization, benefits in the COVID-19 economic stimulus support package, and the removal of terminal fees to help buffer operational costs and ensure that this service remains available for users. Further, there is a commitment from government to continue exploring measures that will bring relief not only to the transport sector, but to all categories of persons impacted by the pandemic as it juggles the competing needs of various sectors. Finally, in the news, the Ministry of Health is assuring residents in Carriacou and Petite Martinique that systems are in place to adequately respond to any increase in COVID-19 cases on the sister islands. The response strategy includes the effective and safe transfer of patients who may need further medical assistance on the mainland. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Carol McIntosh, has indicated that health officials will closely monitor persons who have tested positive to facilitate an early determination of the need for transfer. Carriacou currently has 19 active cases of COVID-19. The origin of some cases cannot be traced and is therefore suspected to be the result of community spread.
We're continuously monitoring all of the patients who are positive, and you look for particular signs that would show, are they worsening, are the signs increasing? If that shows up, our threshold is lower, and we allow for them to be transferred to Grenada. So we allow for them to be coming into Grenada sooner as opposed to later, and allow for people need to understand that even if you're at home, monitoring yourself, monitoring what's going on with your symptoms, and having that interaction back and forth. And if you're feeling worse, do reach out so that we can make sure that we identify and bring people in.
That story has ended the national report for today, Wednesday, September 8, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right, thank you very much, Chrisanne. And it is now time for us to take a look at the weather forecast for this evening into tomorrow, well, tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, the weather is expected to be mostly fair and hazy with a few brief isolated showers during during partly cloudy spells. Now, tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 25 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves up to 6 feet in open waters. And that is our weather report. The tides are currently low and will be high at 5 a.m. And let me flip the thing and see who's there. We could just say hello to everybody on YouTube. And as well, we're looking for the people on Facebook. So let's say hello to the people on Facebook. Charmaine, Shireen, Kireen, Zaka, all the usual people. Hello to you. Rolanda, Vicky. We have also Angel with us as well. Michelle, Yvonne, Amanda. Did I say Angel? Vintress. And everyone else. Cherryanne, Jeffrey. How are you doing, Cherryanne? Osric. The toe is doing okay, and the toe a little better still. The toe is getting better. It's only when you touch it or anything like that, it's gonna hurt. But other than that, it's doing better. It's not paining me in the night as it used to. And since I've been home and so on, it's been okay. mostly. Like I said, once you touch it or it touches something, that's when it's painful. But on doctors' orders, I still can't wear anything like close to a shoe for the next 5 weeks, 5 or so weeks. Yep. So I might be in a very formal function and you might see me wearing a slipper. And no sandal, no nothing like that. It has to be an open slipper. Doctor's orders. Telling me I might show up in all the wedding with her slippers. Lorraine, Cassie, Sabi, Ansha. And who opened my door? I don't know. Jesus take a night rest in my door and in my car. And then, you know, when it was the morning time, he go away. I'm vexed. Take a night rest. Ah, boy. And Shum Shum, thank you for watching as well. And everybody else ready. We have gone over our time tonight. Well, we ain't watching face, you know what I mean? Deck already decides to sleep, but there's no wedding. There's no wedding. Let me hush me more there. Let me hush. Okay, well, good to say, good to keep. There's no wedding. Sylvina, how are you? And who else? Everybody, man. The whole team all there. Brenda, everybody, all take all the time, you know. I go come back and think and we go do a little thing tomorrow. All right, guys? So I love and appreciate every one of you. Those of you who are always here and those of you who just make a little pass. Java, I mean, even those who do not in agreement with how we do our business here, that's okay, you know. We can agree to disagree and still coexist. It is what makes a world, right? It takes many people to make a world. You imagine what this world was going to be like if everybody agreed? Like, and everything agreed? That was going to be one hell of a boring world, right? So there must be disagreements so that there can be agreements, so that agreements may have the value that it does. You know, there must be heart so that we can understand and cherish the value of things that are cold. There must be colors so that we can appreciate the shades, the dark shades, the black, the gray. You know what I mean? There must be things that are wet so that we appreciate the dry, and vice versa. You know, there must be darkness so that we can appreciate the light. And so there are always going to be opposites that are not meant to clash, but to coexist so that each other may have its own value and its own place. Yes? And we have to understand that as human beings. And when we do, we will stop fighting, I guess. But as long as we don't settle down and realize the importance of the opposite, then mass make carpo smoke your pipe. All you have a good time. May God bless you. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, ja! No! Mom, Linton and the whole family, them, Meryl, McQueen, Rena, Mikey, and everybody, Mike and Kemi and Micaiah, all have a good one, and may God bless you. I trust that all will be well so that we can all meet here again tomorrow, God's willing. Same time, same place. God bless you. Goodbye.